Hello everyone, welcome to Nuer Online TV channel. I am Chang Kwasnyak, and today we have very serious breaking news that affect thousands of South Sudanese families living in the United States of America. The government of the United States has decided to end the temporary protected status that has been helping South Sudanese nationals to live and work legally in America for more than 10 years. This change will not only affect those who are in the United States, but it will also affect families back home in South Sudan who depend on their relative abroad. So in this program, we will talk about what happened, why it happened, and what it means for South Sudanese people that, or what the government of Salva Kiir Mayardit can do and what could happen next. In this report, we have two versions. I will first speak in English, and second I will turn to Tuknat or Nuer language. Biya kamal ka Nuer online TV channel enda mandu ni chankos nyak changet malaroi ki yagwaseme tukon ke report dangro tukon ling report ni ambalat ka tuk English report da da balat ka tuk nat go goro jano betekene tin kon ko ke tuk Nuer de kana kulaling na bana je chutok kamenyam katok English mi jira mangene tok Nuere bishu limne man jok dan bo lat yo so bana full report gwa ban je link leer ban je link katok English. Okay, let's start with English version. According to the United States Department of Homeland Security, the temporary protected status, also called TPS, for South Sudanese citizens will officially end on the 5th date of January in the year 2026. The decision was announced through a notice made public in Washington, D.C. That means South Sudanese nationals who have been living in the United States under this program will soon lose their protection from deportation. For many years, this protection allows South Sudanese people who escape war to live and work safely in the United States without fear of being sent back to a dangerous situation. The program started when South Sudan was still struggling with internal conflict and many people were forced to flee for safety. But now, currently, the United States government say that the condition that once made it dangerous for people to return have improved. They claim that there's no longer a full-scale armed conflict that put returning nationals at direct risk. Because of that assessment, the United States Department of Homeland Security has decided not to renew the protected status anymore. This means that South Sudanese nationals currently living in the United States under this protection will have 60 days from the date of the official announcement to prepare themselves. After that grace period, those who do not have other legal documents may face deportation or forced return to South Sudan. Reports say that nearly 5,000 South Sudanese people are likely to be affected by this new policy. This includes men, women, students, and families who have been living legally in the United States for more than a decade. Why did the United States make this decision? The United States Department of Homeland Security gave two main reasons for ending the protection. The first reason is that they believe the situation in South Sudan has improved compared to previous years. According to their statement, South Sudan is no longer facing a nationwide armed conflict that directly threatens the safety of returning people. They say that although there are still local conflict, the country is not in total war as before. The second reason is that the government of the United States has been reviewing all countries that receive temporary protected status, TPS. They are tightening immigration rules and limiting how long people can stay under temporary program. This is part of a broader immigration policy review that began during previous administrations and continue under later government. However, many human rights organizations and aid agencies disagree with this view. They say that South Sudan is still facing insecurity, political tension, and economic hardship. They warn that sending people back at this time could cause more suffering because the country has not yet reached full peace and stability. What does this mean for South Sudanese people living in the United States? For our South Sudanese brothers and sisters who are living in America, this decision is a very heavy burden. It means that they will lose their legal right to stay work and support their families unless they find another type of visa or legal status. Some may be able to apply for asylum or other form of relief, but the process is often long, expensive, and difficult. Others may be forced to return home even if they have built their life in the United States for many years. Families will be divided. Children who were born in the United States may have citizenship there, but their parents may not. That could lead to heartbreaking decision about whether to stay or go. It is not only about paper, it is about home, school, job, and community life. Many South Sudanese people in the United States have been contributing to the economy, paying taxes, and sending money home to support relatives. Ending their legal status means that thousands of families in South Sudan will lose financial support that helped them survive. What does this mean for South Sudan? The decision will also have a strong impact on South Sudan itself. If many people are deported or forced to return at once, the country will face new pressure. You already know that South Sudan has limited job, poor infrastructure, and ongoing political instability. Returning citizens will need work, shelter, education for their children, and medical care. If the government of South Sudan is not prepared, that could create social and economic stress in the cities and towns. There's also the issue of remittances. Many families in South Sudan depend on money sent from relatives abroad. When those relatives lose legal status and job, the flow of money home will drop. That could increase poverty in already struggling communities. The United States decision may also send a political message to the world that South Sudan is stable enough for people to return. But many South Sudanese people and observers disagree. That they say that the peace process is still fragile, violence continues in some areas, and the economy is weak. So the end of protection could be seen as a mistake or a premature move. What can President Salva Kiir Mayardit and his government do right now? The government of President Salva Kiir Mayardit now face a big challenge. How will the country respond if thousands of its citizens suddenly return from the United States? There are several important things that government can do. First, it can open talk with the government of the United States to discuss the issue. The government can ask for more time, humanitarian support, or a special program to every returning citizen just when they come back home. Second, the government can start planning early for reintegration. That means preparing job, skill, and skill training and housing for those who return. The government can also work with international partner and aid organization to create support center for returnees. Third, the government should use this movement to improve the country image and peace process. If South Sudan can show the world that it is serious, about peace, unity, and good governance, other countries may continue to support development and may even welcome South Sudanese people again under new conditions. Fourth, the government can communicate clearly with its citizens abroad. Many South Sudanese families are now afraid and confused. They do not know what to do. The government should send clear message through embassies, media, and community leaders to explain the situation and offer guidance. Fifth, the government should work to strengthen ties with the South Sudanese diaspora. The diaspora play a big role in building the economy through investment and skill. Even if some are forced to return, they can still contribute to rebuilding the nation if the government welcomes them properly. What could cause more problem? If this situation is not handled carefully, it could lead to bigger problem. One, if fighting return in any part of the country, people who were forced back could face danger again. That would prove that the decision to end protection was made too early. Two, if the economy does not improve, new arrival will find it hard to survive. Unemployment and poverty could rise. There could be protests or anger from South Sudanese community abroad. They may feel abandoned or ignored. That could create tension between diaspora communities and the government. Opposition group might use this issue to criticize the government, saying it failed to make South Sudan safe and peaceful. If returning citizens are mistreated or discriminated against, it could damage South Sudan image international. So the best way forward is to plan wisely, communicate openly, and work with international partners. What should South Sudanese people do now? If you are a South Sudanese national living in the United States, do not panic, but do not ignore this situation either. Find out what options are available to you. Speak with an immigration lawyer or a community organization that help with legal status. Prepare for your document and make a plan. If you have relatives in South Sudan, stay in touch and inform them about your situation. If you are in South Sudan, be ready to support returning family members with the time when the time comes. This time for unity and understanding, right? People must not blame one another. We need to work together, share information, and help each other find solutions. When we look at this issue, it is not only about South Sudan and the United States. It is a part of a bigger story about migration, war, peace, and human rights. Across the world, people move to escape violence, hunger, and poverty when the leader cannot provide that. They seek safety and opportunity abroad. When peace is not complete in their home country, they depend on programs like temporary protected status. But when government ends those programs, many lives change overnight. That is why peace and good leadership are so important. If South Sudan become peaceful, stable, and prosperous, or our people will not need to flee, they will be able to stay and build their nation. To the government of President Salva Kiir, this movement is a test. The world is watching. If South Sudan handles this crisis wisely, it will show that the country is ready for real peace and unity. If not, it may show that government is still not prepared to take care of its people. The President Salva Kiir and his team should act now. Speak to the United States, prepare for returning citizens, and give a clear leadership. The people of South Sudan want peace, not promises. They want job, not war. They want safety, not suffering. So for Kiir to stop all this, Kiir should release Dr. Machar, allow peace to take place, and honor the 2018 peace agreement that was signed between Kiir and Dr. Machar. If Kiir does not allow this to take place, there will be no way for South Sudanese to find peace in South Sudan. So everything is in the hand of Kiir Mayardit, whether he want South Sudan to fall into war again, or making sure that South Sudan does not have another civil war in the country. So that is it. Bana right guasame katin konen tuok. Leran nyam bana ling titi kalere gorlian ke very important. Chana rajanin ka tok English. Bana jalin ka tok naat guatamene. Maban ling ka tok naat man goro kon longonode kon ka ling ka je odi tegne te don kwai ka tong Nuer te la mesin la kan kajak right now men banner lat gwasame take mishalat re wiki United States a quarantine winimi no United States Department ala Homeland Security dio je yendi alken familiar keja Homeland Security chikala do nena ga ken men chalke protected status ke temporary protected status jen kum mangang sa Sudanese ni tin charen barre ko rite ko ne chituok ko re chituok mangai kondiale re wich ka sa Sudan me chinaren barkaje jetine de choren barka merkame ke ka America ke United States chi kum America me chela do nene kene ka shanka diech ka paikel ron kina dangra wi jandangra bakel la 2026 kene biken temporary protected status man gang ka jike je jiram chiro baro ko de la deri je ka de shanka country ka je ke de shangrai wi jamo kene biken ngok ka jan shanga mone shanga diech ka paikel ron kin dangra wi jandangra bakel en raj mission me ki decision sha kana kum United States chala de kan publicly a judge ka Washington DC munyono kan South Sudanese citizen ke South Sudan national tentere wujin win meeting shin ka United States titipin TPS program me wa ken chaka bla gang munyono me chaka bugang ko manganga no wona jen program mo ni ko chaka de which re which ba chala do ko baje kapchonga jen ron kin dang ro jen dang ro bakela mo ne ka pai kel shanga die chala no ba ka lo jok ba ka deport ba ka nang re wi ka South Sudan ka ko run tong wana long michal ka TPS ne program me ka United States wa ganga South Sudanese tong wan ko chaka de lo jok bran belet bang re which ba yoga be ga jek no ko en tai dana wona ka United States gwade dana shi korche to ko je allo cher mi program gang ne ten kon jere ko te cha jo ja kore wi ka South Sudan program me wala ko je ka gwade dana shi rek cha to kore dana chi to me che te ne to walung ti chi gen ko de kan tek den de kan o ja ka ja gware wi de den lo bar na ro den ga shan je to re wi ka South Sudan program mo shal TPS on temporary protect status wa cha batok ba je tu chebele let United States kum United States kala do nena arik mishina me amatok kan South Sudanese bi ka chuch no ka gor kan bi ka de lo jok ba ka lo de we den chi kum merka mi kala do nena kan telekor mi are wi ka South Sudan mi chet ke civil war dana ci to ke 2013 kan telekor right now jenta dana ku kan lat keje jen ce ka tayi dan me ci kor me ce to ke 2013 gwan ma chawi ke lu shay daga ta me kan no ce kor ce wind down telekor telerek to kan shi kuma United States Department ci kana assessment ci kan lat la Homeland Security ci kana assessment ci kan lat kan guje no ba ne de kon tela South Sudanese state ci bente barkarodian rewi ka South Sudan te shub ka merkema kana ba kan dial program ganga ke je kan yoken tin ke ganga ke ko chaka de deport kana ba je ku kapchon munyono din tama netin kontila South Sudanese tin te United States te kan de this protection me what can nin shop ka jan bakel nin shop ka jan bakel ken deadline ken na talk ano de guru de realeka ni de jan bakel 60 day the brand boro realeka kan chanka de ka pai kel ronki daro jan dang red bakel ken na shop boro realeka ko bijena wa ba je deport wa mu ni na tawu ka talk ni de jan bakel wa bu kuumɛ be dobra dien be nyok mel ladeja ko ba ne dialti wa ba ka deport rami mo me chajek metel war gane tele document to go to nyu da gwan wo gender to ka country ka United States wa bajel wo jok bajel wo jere wi ka South Sudan ka jomo chalat gwas mi milari fort wa nearly ne shop ke kinadi 5000 kinadi 5000 South Sudanese people te chala no be ka yarke be ka affect ka je new policy mene kan de kon be yar ne di chobwe kin die ti wun radian ti meradian ti kan gadul gor ka ba ti ga radian amene ne ti ngwan ji dor ke families te ke te cheng ka jen mishal ka mo TPS re wiki United States ken ti ga cheng re wiki wil mi ko run shop ko well gang ka ke a program shal TPS de kon ko ti jeno ngum mi United States antama lele mi shit kana mo program shit kana money mo wo je money no so jo me kamana shalat wa United States Department ala Homeland Security wa te ka roti kan galat gwasame ka jawon shalat gwasame Homeland Security kana manyam kana situation ke ga to ga wika South Sudan te road improve ke chagwa ajen mlat kan no ne titi biglo jog buglo dorken kana South Sudan is no longer facing a nationwide army conflict kana tele kormut walk rai wika South Sudan kelio ano ka tangosni ngodo dong to kortegten chu the world South Sudan is safe jentara in kala jen kana tele rik kana tema just a local conflict chi ko remain not in total war as before so jikana yola no ba ne dia la content tere which in ka United States ba ka lo joko kana South Sudan jete kamal ki jetel kormdeten rew da gwasme chi kum United States chikala do nena can we to one alone you know they have been reviewing all countries that receive temporary protected status right which in Guinea ka lar kan noti dial chikaro rale ka ke chikago so mishit kana me mission mani nyod je no kuumɛ merke me she order che YouTube no ba ne dial ti ba ko lo jok tila South Sudanese so right now I'm right corner jo kane dial content ray which and Guinea ka United States la South Sudanese no there are order yale ka before carry ka kan network you know ko mishit na me beje but take jo ma chalat ka gwa cha jo no ne and some organization no South Sudan ngore tere ko chi ga disagree ka decision dana shambe ga no ba ne ti ba lo jok no kana cha na cha ga de deport kon South Sudan ngode tere ko to ngwan mu wa ka lo jong yen mandara betok mi tuong ne ti bi ka shuch so chicken woni ni kana to bano ne ti mu wa ka lo jok no ka bo to ga ring bo to ka re wichin ni mi kan South Sudan kan te kamal nyu je no ne me balaring midit so che begwa ka jo cha tu gwa se me cha ko la do ne na Canadian continent re which ka United States la tin ten win me ngum buto ka you know man jalat gwasme ala decision chame kan ji United States no be Canada be kan ga deport ke be kan TPS be kan gag you know new the no ne ti be kan ta da na shinga ka United States tila South Sudanese chingan win me be ta shinga ka be be lon ko be ga tel chicken la chicken ga bejek no chicken che mana kenten ta dawi ne naka Africa chicken ga bele support you know so number badge long chala do enimi dong chiran chele te ke visa mo do dien mi chele jek or legal status mo dong chele jek ka jom lat ka gwas me lat ke jeno den tana they can apply commercial ka asylum can other form of relief do mo dong de te ka country ke je wa de ran de je go de wo de yen de kan tarden de kan real ka de ga right kana ko right now wa be badge long chang ma ngake jeno mi jira mo gora asylum awajen la jenye long chira na malajek and it is very expensive and difficult mi jene ku asylum ku je gorke don gor jeno betre ka country legally so en process ne ka be kelong but right now ngai ko na gwano ne de ti mu wa ko lo jogo lo ka South Sudan ngai chianga dana de be so ne me bana ba kadak eno ne de konen te kamer keme mu waran wa goro ba lo jok you know no te ga ne te dap ke United States la gat ka dong she mana ken bane te ka under TPS mo aloken tele ka chuong ke tele ka right ka ta dan de ga chingre wike je but gat ken ko ka ne ya dabun wen mo de kan de la citizen dara ka dak ka family ne ken mi je to no ba she mana ken ba ga lo jok you know na mo heartbreaking kare dia la kono dong te ga gat ken ko dap ke United States ko mi dap ke jina ba ji le deport ka gad ba ko lotene nyu jeno be ji dak ke ka gad ko so mi chena me she ne dia la kon dong tin lat kon gen wo she were which will me but ne ngwan ba ka yar ne to ngwan ba ka yar rei len ni rei dul gore gade kon de dul gore ki ena ram mo de dul gore ka dong cha chi ti kan der TPS program me ka jano ken ni tendi al kon gore ken ga tuk wa be ji affect bane kan South Sudanese in rei wiki United States kan ching rei wichin winami te ka tong wan let ken ke kuma merkeme no ken jaken economy boko bagwa ken bop they are paying tax la tol bok yor ken pin anyok ba ken panken let ken chi mana ken ka Africa especially ka South Sudan moy ken etungwan kayo lo ken chi mana ken so much to gono sha program shi me charge gek nyu je no bete karik to want to betwo ko ken de kondu chi mana ken ken ga le sponsor moy ken kayo without them situation be bachelong so mu wan me waje wuch ala protection kula tega kema maganga kema mu waje wuch so balari mudit so kuje mo wa ka wilat bala baje lon kaneten kondila shemane ken ko fonden South Sudan botel me jekatin medong de la kwan so decision mission me baje me no netin one mu wa ka woje lo ba ka nang rei which ka South Sudan bele be ke long you know ngai kon no situation be situation she method situation be long so gorje no de ne ten kontin la South Sudanese ten terar wa gorje no de ka do di realika of course ngai kon agwa no ne ti me sha ga nyoko mu lo ka rei ka South Sudan ka na ta kamal ngai kon mandana bo to ko korungot ke ngai kon di alme le ro den tam right now no tele mu gwa rei ka South Sudan mu goro de realika ke de lat agwa ko ngai kon lat karodian en tama a changna men ne ti shi kana gwejen wo ngum le ro ka South Sudan ngai kon man je ga dana to selpa ke ma yadit ano jogo jeno jandera mal dere jeno mugor jeno bi de albika ko en selpa ke mi ba kana shamal che je goro be jeno che tama kwaje jogo no jin le mal alone ti ngai gno dong che mal che ben but kir gwas me busy you know ka do ba dana inshallah ke je so bakulo on yamde en South Sudan gwas dana dong tela mal mi be no ba on yamde mugur kuma kirma yadi do bi mal be ben ke benede ti ko star right now gwe jeno ne de chop ke kina ba ka dil te port mo program me we to ka jen pai kelen be selbe ke ma yadi de wate ga de dara lat mugur jeno bi kumer kame bi kan chicken ga bi port ka jaw dan lat ka gwasame wa man yam gor jeno dara lat ka ne de kontila ji United States there right ka there ga la situation no nyok wa point en kum kim ya daro ga ji humanitarian support ko de program mo de je nyok ka miral ga je ka ki dara program de real ka re wi ka South Sudan ko mi chete ne ri chalo jok de kan men je kan de kan kul bi je gwaz ko te ngwana gor kalum by the way ne ti kona barar gor kan medicine gor kan shelter everything gor kan job ne so metelalat we dien big shinga jabo mi chi chobra wi ka South Sudan tele way out men gorga gwas mene o kir dare dial dare kali alle kamar diana sha pressure long men gorga kir mi yadi no dare lat kir dare dakama cha dare jalunde kan wo kamal dana gorke so change tega mi to ogre wichin win mi dong mi na chi bende kan go de kan bi no gwa ko right now aka kwanu kan de to so no ne dian gwas me ngum beto panken te lat mu bekan be jektel kon mu gwa kan jek situation te ka kamer kama of course take gwashing am gwam je ban ga South Sudan what will happen gwan mo bi korbo to wakten wani mana kana tan ka kwana target tan sha so nyo je no me kan kir mi yadi kan plan me kan jo ko real kan no binat bi galun jogdi ke ba mal ba je no re ka South Sudan ngor South Sudan ba te korum di dem to so je ne jogo ji United States no share program me share je den TPS share je den de tin amen mi South Sudan che recover fully ka situation na nan tin so much na me le roda anyok kane di ala titen kon dong de deport inde nang re wi ka South Sudan ngai kon gwan wone ne kane de kon ku South Sudan economy boko kane reale ka gwa ko ngai kon dialo ene real mel jagala jagana genetic content te ka Africa so kon ke le berar point en South Sudan tel mi jegatin ke wi ala kon ne South Sudan iten tele dor ne de titen kula te kamera ke kane de content ku kwa yu kwa le jega ka ken miss now kan ku bola jago be telone ko point ne kuma men kwa le chol kuma South Sudan tele mi jega ne de kon la citizen unless charan kon jak yorar ne de sham ko kuma South Sudan kene ko la politician ke mi choro jagara mi mo don jin chor ke le chiro lo dan bi dor bi ku le jak ka shiang der ku le gwade gwan mi mo ji we chuch kan ku kan met ku kan le jega ne de trar so mi jojo gwano ne de alen chorar tin lat ken wo ba wo ke under program me michal ke TPS ne temporary protection status men gang ne diala kon shora ka do mi tiorien bar ke jere wi ka South Sudan michal da no ba ka wo tin ante right now ka wo dien ajeno ba ka deport wana mo mu wetok binere ngwan bu chu jelong we den Africa ashimo agwa dan te tin tong mi anyong mo den cha nyaw tum no ba mi che to no charan cha je deport ko chala no more than 5,000 people te ba deport kinit de te tere we ka United States te tel war gane ke document mi cha waran waji lo jok ke jino tele we mu go tel ji foundation. What do you think will happen? So na me but ka trauma ni ke but ka stress mi de longa ne de to. So gor je there and there or like before this 6 day can shup kor ni jen bakel chere ka Pedro. Okay, pai wero en be wo ka pai kel ko pai kel chang di ka pai wel kel ka chang di ka pai kel ron kin dawro nyandang ro bakel bati dial ba ka kapcho. So gu yene di chagola de no ran roi ke shi mani ka Africa ko en case mi ja to ko ji dong de shi de gwam gwa de o jak ajen ko na la jogno dorun gwa ne jen lon ka dorme dong du no lepten mishiran chete ka dormo gwa mi che lat re which Africa gwa de me dang der bunyutina gwa shengmen situation beje they really been cope up with the situation and down nothing but na me beje mas so kane dial content with me ko mu wet ko la to then beri to wan ba kanu re which so lere me shalat te ka kir mi yadi no jender mal der jenong ko en program shene me wa betun wan be ka jaga jabe anyok en kuumɛ United States wo je program dialen konen kulela benefit ba ka kwi South Sudanese ko lana me chagu jeno chere me do mi mo ko prejer ne kirke je ko ba mal be jeno gwan me lep ke national election ten ka kira dwala logo jeno lat ke national election. So right now kira ngum ba ladon ajen la tijin dire no mo so mi shene me le rode ani de kon chongo gwaseme bana je kale rodien ani biate kamal.